Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. Today, we are going to discuss a topic that, although it may make us smile, is of great importance in the practice of our faith. It is a situation that can happen to any one of us, regardless of our age or experience in prayer. What should you do if gas is released during prayer in Islam? This moment can be embarrassing and might leave you feeling a bit lost, especially when you are deep in prayer, in that moment of closeness with Allah. It is important to remember that Islam is a religion that fully understands human nature and unforeseen circumstances. So, even in these embarrassing moments, there are clear guidelines and specific solutions from Islamic jurisprudence to guide us. In this video, we will explore what the Sharia says about this issue, the steps to follow to maintain the purity and validity of our prayer, and how to handle this situation in a calm and serene manner. Stay with us, as understanding these rules will not only help you feel more confident, but also bring you closer to your Creator in every act of devotion. The situation itself. Prayer, Salât, in Islam, is not only a physical act but also a deeply spiritual one. It is one of the most fundamental pillars of our faith, an act of devotion and submission to Allah that requires concentration, sincerity, and a pure mind. Prayer is a moment of closeness to our Creator, a time when we detach ourselves from worldly concerns to focus on the unseen and the eternal. In Islam, purity is essential, not only spiritually, but also physically. Indeed, before one can pray, every Muslim must perform Wudu, a ritual ablution that purifies both physical impurities and spiritual impurities. This process of purification is essential, as prayer must be performed in a state of purity, both physically and spiritually. It reflects the importance of a sincere and respectful prayer. However, human nature is imperfect, and it may happen that, during prayer, discomfort arises. One of these moments is when gas is accidentally released. Although this might seem trivial, it is in fact significant in the context of prayer practice in Islam. The release of gas breaks the state of purity, making the prayer invalid, as it breaks the wudu, the necessary purification, to be in contact with the sacred. This situation can be embarrassing, and this is where many Muslims may feel helpless. But it is important to remember that Islam, as a religion, is aware of human nature and its imperfections. It is a religion full of mercy, and Allah is compassionate and understanding. These rules of purity are not meant to make prayer more difficult, but to preserve the dignity and solemnity of the bond between the believer and their Creator. Moreover, it is crucial to remember that such incidents, though embarrassing, in no way question the sincerity of our faith or our prayer. In these moments, do not lose hope. The situation, though awkward, can be easily corrected by following the proper steps outlined by Islamic jurisprudence. These rules are here to guide us and allow us to maintain our state of spiritual and physical purity, even when unexpected events occur during our most sacred moments. What to do when a gas is released? During prayer? If, during your prayer, gas is released, it is crucial to know exactly how to react. Although this may be an embarrassing situation, it is important not to panic. Islam provides clear guidelines to maintain the purity of the prayer and restore your state of purity. Here are the steps to follow. 1. Immediately interrupt your prayer. When you realize that gas has been released, the first thing to do is to immediately interrupt your prayer. It is essential to stop praying as soon as you notice this incident. This may be an uncomfortable moment, but it is crucial to understand that the prayer cannot be performed correctly if you are in a state of impurity. Islam teaches that in order to pray, you must be in a state of purification, which includes a state free from any impurity like gas. It is not a fault to find yourself in this situation, but it is necessary to take corrective measures to ensure that the prayer remains valid and complete. 2. Cancel your wudu, ablution. In Islam, the release of gas, like other events that break purity, invalidates your wudu, ablution. This means that your state of purification is broken. Ablution is a fundamental element of prayer, as it is a prerequisite to entering into contact with the sacred. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, clearly stated that any form of impurity, whether it is gas, urine, feces, or other bodily impurities, nullifies the wudu. Therefore, once you realize that you have lost your wudu, you must immediately perform the purification again. This involves redoing the wudu, washing the necessary parts of the body, such as the hands, face, arms, feet, and wiping the head, according to the traditional purification practice in Islam. 3. Resume the prayer. Once you have performed your ablutions, wudu, again, you can resume your prayer. According to the rules of Islamic jurisprudence, you must resume the prayer from the point where you interrupted it. If you are in an advanced position, like the last unit, rak'ah, of prayer, you will need to restart the prayer from the beginning. This ensures that your prayer is complete and valid, and it is performed according to the rules of purity. While it may be a slight inconvenience, it is important to remember that these steps are part of Allah's mercy, as they provide us with a way to correct our actions and stay in harmony with the rules of prayer. It is important to note that if you have started your prayer and then feel gas escaping, but you are already in an advanced state of prayer, you should not hesitate to restart the prayer from the beginning. The essential point is that the prayer must be performed in a state of purity to maintain the solemnity and sincerity of the act. Practical tips to avoid this situation. Although unexpected situations may occur, there are several simple ways to minimize the risk of embarrassment during prayer. Here are some practical tips to help you better manage your preparation and environment to limit the possibility of these incidents. 1. Prepare yourself before prayer. One of the simplest ways to avoid discomfort during prayer is to prepare your body before starting the prayer. Take the time to use the toilet before you begin praying. This may seem basic, but it is an effective way to ensure that your stomach and intestines are empty and ready for prayer, allowing you to focus fully on your devotion without being distracted by physical discomfort. Additionally, after performing your ablution, wudu, try to check if you feel any discomfort that could lead to an incident. If you sense something might happen, it is always better to check beforehand. Preparation is key to establishing a calm physical state before entering prayer. 2. Pray in a calm and focused environment. The environment in which you pray plays a major role in your concentration and inner peace. If you feel tense or nervous, this may affect your body, causing tension that can, in turn, lead to disturbances like the release of gas. Pray in a place where you feel comfortable and relaxed. Choose a place where you won't be disturbed, such as a quiet room or a corner of your house where you can fully concentrate on your prayer and establish a connection with Allah. Avoid noisy or overly active spaces that may make you more anxious or distracted, thus increasing the risk of physical discomfort during prayer. A suitable prayer environment contributes not only to a spiritual atmosphere, but also helps to avoid any external factors that could disrupt your physical and mental peace. 3. Manage anxiety and stress. Another common cause of physical disturbances, including the release of gas, can be anxiety or stress. Anxiety can trigger bodily reactions such as muscle tension, abdominal pain, and gas. This can be particularly true if you feel rushed or if you are in a situation where you feel judged or observed. To avoid this, take time to relax before prayer. Take a few minutes to breathe deeply and center yourself. Try simple relaxation techniques such as deep abdominal breathing to calm your mind and body before starting your prayer. This helps release physical tension and mentally prepares you for a sincere act of devotion. It may also be helpful to practice moments of silence or meditation before each prayer to ground and calm yourself. This not only helps reduce anxiety but also strengthens your spiritual connection with Allah, allowing you to approach prayer in a more serene and focused postures. 4. Watch your diet. Although it's not always under our immediate control, diet can play a role in managing gas. Foods rich in fiber or certain types of foods, such as beans, cruciferous vegetables, or carbonated drinks, can increase the production of gas in the stomach and intestines. If you know that you are sensitive to these foods, it is advisable to avoid them before your prayer times. A balanced and light diet can also help prevent digestive discomfort. Try eating at regular times well before you begin your prayer, allowing your digestive system to function optimally. 5. Make sure you have enough time between prayers. If you have a busy prayer schedule, such as during Ramadan or group prayers, make sure to take time to rest between prayers. Don't rush, and give your body the opportunity to relax and rest between each prayer. This will allow your mind and body to stay fresh and ready for each act of devotion without pressure. If this situation happens, don't worry, my dear brothers and sisters. Islam is a religion of mercy and understanding, guiding us even in the most embarrassing moments. The important thing is not to avoid mistakes or imperfections, but to respect the rules of purity and integrity in our prayer. When such situations arise, it is essential not to be discouraged or overwhelmed by shame. Remember that Islam teaches us the path of purification and repentance, and each act of devotion, even in the case of a disturbance, is an opportunity to draw closer to our Creator. Whether it is this situation or any other difficulty you may encounter in your religious practice, it is important to remember that we are all imperfect. Allah, in His great mercy, understands our weaknesses and always offers us a way to purification, forgiveness, and redemption. So even in the face of an incident like this, keep in mind that the goal is to maintain the sincerity of your prayer and your relationship with Allah. Don't let a small incident affect your faith or divert you from your spiritual goal. The path of faith is paved with small trials, and each one is an opportunity to strengthen our faith and patience. If you found this video helpful and it provided clarification, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on Islam and its teachings. Your support helps us share this knowledge and encourage more people on the path of faith. I pray to Allah, the Merciful, to grant you purity in your acts of devotion, to guide you in your prayers, and to give you the strength to always draw closer to Him. May He bless you in your daily life, grant you patience and serenity in all your prayer moments, and protect you from distractions and disturbances. O Allah, purify our hearts, our minds, and our bodies, accept our prayers, and forgive us our mistakes. O Allah, make us sincere believers, grant us the ability to fulfill our duties to you, and elevate us spiritually in every act of devotion. May Allah bless you and grant you His peace. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.